Hi, Tony Hassini here. This is what I call a $1 million tomato garden. Wait until you see it. It all started last year when the wild rabbits and the squirrels ate all my tomatoes. So you start out with a 10-foot galvanized pipes. You drive them into the ground by 3 feet. This way you will have 7-foot high ceilings. It's a good idea to drill all your holes before driving the pipes into the ground. This way you can tie the pipes together with a galvanized wire. The rest is assembling the pipes and tying them together with a galvanized wire. After cutting all the pipes to the correct length and after drilling all the holes, next I will use the galvanized wire and tie them all together on the top of the cage. Now I am digging out the old grass and turning over the soil, preparing it for the garden. I am installing the crossbars. This is what's going to make the cage very sturdy and strong. These two, I have to tie them from the top and all the way down the ground with the galvanized wire, as well as in the middles. Actually, they use this system on the suspension bridges. I have 4 rows of chicken wire. I'm going to install them on the top of the cage and all around the sides. That will definitely keep the wild rabbits and the squirrels out of my garden. I am now building the door for the cage. Here I'm using potting mix, which is better known as mulch, and a garden soil. Mulch helps control the moisture in the ground. By using a rake, I'm leveling the soil and the mulch all over the garden. And now it's time for the irrigation system. I'm using a special hose that has tiny little holes every 24 inches and allows the water to drip evenly and periodically. And then I dug large holes underneath each drip. That's where each plant is going to go, directly underneath the drip. This is the crucial part. I'm using 75% potting mix and 25% garden soil. Basically, it's a 3-to-1 ratio. I mix them in that ratio in a large bowl. Then I put this mixture into each hole that I dug. Next, I'm putting lots of water into each hole and making sure that the soil mixture is completely saturated. Now I'm placing the tomato plant into the saturated soil. Make sure for the next 3 days you give them lots of water. Thereafter, the drip system will water them every night for 45 minutes. Well, it's been exactly 3 months since I planted little tomatoes and the cucumbers. Now look at it. Totally amazing. Look at it. And right here, look at that. Basil. Always basil. Basil there, basil here. The cucumbers are going up the ceiling. Cucumbers are right here. I tell you what, come on this side, I show you. Look at that. They're going up to the ceiling. All right, now I'm going to go on the other side. It's amazing. Look at these. I can't believe they grew so fast. And they're all growing. Look at that. It's amazing. Totally amazing. And right here, this is a chicken wire on the door. And now I will open the door and go inside. All right. All right, now look at this. This is totally amazing. Now you see all these strings? All these strings going down? Well, they're supporting the tomatoes. The way that works, we have these little clips, plastic clips, like that. And when you close it, you put this string right here. I'm going to take this string so I can show you. Here's a string, and you put this right there, and when you close it, actually, like that. Now this will not go down. It will support the tomato, and that's exactly what we got. We got down here, end of the string. Look at this. When you follow this string down, you will see the rings supporting the branch. The idea with these strings is to support the branches so the heavy tomatoes will not break the branch. These plastic clips, it makes it very easy to adjust the string height, and that's what makes the plants to give you a lot of tomatoes. Now come inside, I want to show you this, to show you all those tomatoes that are getting heavier and heavier. Alright, now both sides tomatoes are growing. Right here, look at this. We got so many tomatoes on the branches, and these strings are supporting the weight. Bingo, look at this. We have cucumber and an almost ripe tomato. I will come back and cut this cucumber. So we got all these tomato bushes all over the place. And down here we got a lot of tomatoes. And come down like this. As you can see, there are so many green tomatoes. That's because you cannot overwater or underwater the plants. This is because the drip system provides water to them every night for 45 minutes. Look at this string. It's actually supporting all of these tomatoes. Without this string, the branch will fall apart. We have so many green tomatoes. There are a few of them that are ripe. And now I'm going to take the clippers and go down and cut those ripe tomatoes. Here we go. Look at this, beautiful. They're perfectly ripe. And these are my first tomatoes that are totally ripe. And we have a cucumber there. I'm going to go and get the cucumber too. All right, let's go get the cucumber. My first cucumber of the season. All right, let me cut it. I have a special plan for these tomatoes and a cucumber tonight. All right, this is totally amazing. All right, let's go inside. You gotta take the calculator and you gotta tally, you gotta total everything so you know what this thing cost you. So let's look at it. We got 22 galvanized pipes, 4 rolls of chicken wire, a roll of galvanized tie wire, 30 bags of garden soil and mulch, 24 tomato, cucumber, and basil plants. These strings to support the tomato plants and the plastic rings. And finally, we have the drip system, which is the hose, and then the water timer, the water regulator. And total, wow, according to this math, this tomato right here, it cost me $90. I used an organic milk to make a homemade mozzarella cheese, and now it's in a cheesecloth. Let me just get it out. All right, looks good, looks good. Now let's put it right here, and we have a homemade mozzarella cheese, and we have a garden-growing cucumber, garden-growing tomato, garden-growing basil, and now we're gonna get to it. Okay, let's cut the mozzarella cheese. Okay, we'll put the mozzarella cheese on the side, and we cut the tomato. nice thick slices. And finally, we're going to use the basil, fresh basil from the garden. Here we go. And finally, we have an olive oil. The olives that made this olive oil comes from beautiful island of Mediterranean, Cyprus. This olive oil is from my land in Cyprus. It's extra virgin olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil, homemade mozzarella, fresh tomatoes, cucumbers, and basil. Look at that, huh? It's beautiful. And now comes the real test. Look at that. Mamma mia!